Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very exciting session of Candid Media. And today we have a lot of interesting news lined up. Atishi has taken over as the new Chief Minister of Delhi after what happened to Arvind Kejriwal, and Priyanka Chopra has exposed a great deal about Karan Johar, and we'll also talk about how Vivek Oberoi has a lot of double standards going for him. So, friends, hope you guys had a very nice weekend, and it is over to you.
Yeah. Friends, before we go on to the Atishi, story, let me just tell you a little bit about what happened to Junior NTR, NTR's movie. Now, apparently, this is now the latest news is that the fans, from the fans breaking through barricades to Trivikram, Srinivas, and Nagavamsi leaving, there's everything that went down at the pre-release event of Devara Part 1. And NTR was very, very upset. He said, Junior NTR says, my pain is bigger than yours after the Devara Part 1 pre release was cancelled due to uncontrollable turnabout. So many people had come. The stage was set for the pre release event of Devara Part 1 at Novotel in Hyderabad on Sunday evening. Director Koratala Shiva, actors Junior NTR and Janvi, and special guests like director Trivikram Srinivas and producer Nagavamshi were to attend, but everything went downhill in a matter of hours, and the event had to be cancelled, even as fans waited around. The Twitter was filled with videos taken by fans from inside the venue. One claimed that the venue was filled over capacity at 8 p.m. and the event was about to be cancelled because of that. It was the capacity was only for 5,000, but the capacity, though the capacity was only for 5,000, 15,000 came, and so this event was cancelled. And many of them said that it was a bad decision by the producers and event organizers. Another wrote that despite the event being cancelled an hour ago, fans were yet to move out of the venue as they were hopeful to catch a glimpse of Junior NTR. One video also saw fans screaming and whistling while waiting for the film's cast and crew to take the stage, which never happened. So this is what has happened, and then you see that two people from the the group, that's Trivikram and Vamsi, leaving the venue also surfaced, and many questioned if the event was cancelled, still in the dark about its status. After 10 p.m., the film's official X page, Junior NTR and Janvi posted statements on social media elaborating on the event's cancellation. The team Devara claimed that they faced many challenges while planning the pre-release event, which is scheduled close to Ganesh Nivarjanam. And they also stated that heavy rains created many challenges, hinting at why they didn't opt for an open air venue. Even though it didn't rain today, conditions wouldn't have been favorable for an outdoor event to happen, even if we had planned it, they wrote. The team also claimed that the turnout became uncontrollable despite their best efforts. The massive turnout of fans, despite our best efforts, became uncontrollable as barricades were broken due to the overwhelming crowd. For the safety of everyone, we had to make the tough decision to call off the event. Now, here, friends, you'll see that while NTR has been very, very popular with his fans, the moment Janvi Kapoor, stepped in, there seems to be a stroke of bad luck. So has she carried a bit of the Bollywood bad luck into into the Telugu film industry? Is what we are now interested in asking. Welcome, Anuradha. Har Har Mahadev.
Yeah, and also I do feel sorry for
Welcome, Vidhi.
Junior NTR, because he has the most difficult job in the world. That is, he has to dance, with Janvi Kapoor, and he's known to be a very good dancer, one of the best dancers in India. And for all that she might have made him lose his sense of grace, by because a bad dancer can be very, very infectious
Contribute.
to an established dancer, right? So that, and also the fact that how can he tolerate her acting, right, when she comes to her acting skill as well. So, it was a very hard job for a junior NTR to act in a film with Janvi Kapoor, and
But
you know,
again,
he,
see, Jaidev,
he should be given
the
Papa portion
yeah,
or whatever by government of
yeah.
India.
But the thing is, Jaidev, that see in movies like NTRs, these people are just playing, second fiddle. They are just coming for a, item dance and then moving out. So that's it. I mean, other than that, these people don't have big roles because it is NTR who dominates. NTR who dominates. That's a scenario in usually in in South films. So yeah, welcome Anuradha and welcome Vinny. Always nice
Welcome.
to see you both. She couldn't match up. Yes, absolutely. He dances so beautifully. Yeah. So
Yeah.
meanwhile, so I thought that this made me laugh, but then there's one more news, Jade, that makes us laugh, and that is AAP leader Atishi's words as she officially takes charge as the eighth chief minister of Delhi today, following the resignation of Arvind Kejriwal. Uh, Kejriwal. Now you won't believe it. I mean, you please keep straight faces as I say this. Now she draws a symbolic comparison to the Hindu, epic Ramayana, and she said, "My situation is like that of Bharat." Now we will wonder what is Bharat. Is she talking about the country or is she talking about something else? No, she's saying when Lord Sri Ram went into exile and Bharat had to govern in his absence. Now you can understand which Bharat she is referring to. She is talking about Lord Ram in the form of Arvind Kejriwal, who is a scammer, okay, and she playing the role of Bharat, the righteous brother, younger brother of Lord Rama. I don't know how she got the guts to even talk about this. Anyway, these people have absolutely no shame. They have very, very thick skins and they can say anything that suits them. Now, this lady who is 43 years old vowed to run the government for the next 4 months until the upcoming elections, just as Bharshi says, Bharat ruled with Lord Rama's khadaun, which is his sandals, on the throne. After assuming office, Atishi placed an empty chair next to hers in a symbolic gesture, towards her party chief, Kejriwal. This chair belongs to Arvind Kejriwal. I am confident that the people of Delhi will reinstate him after 4 months, she said. She was sworn in along with her cabinet on Saturday, with key members retaining their portfolios from the Kejriwal government. Atishi herself was overseeing a crucial department such as education, and look at what all she's controlling: education, finance, very important, finance, power, and PWD managing a total of 13 portfolios. Saurabh Bharadwaj, who holds 8 portfolios, took charge the same day. Now, see, one thing is for sure, see, we know when people go a little, mentally, this side or that side. Now, this lady who's taken the chair seems to have absolutely gone bonkers, for her to even speak like this, is something that people should protest against. Because we don't want scamsters to become, compared to our Lord Rama, who was not only a principalarian, but he stood for truth and honesty and everything that makes a man perfect. And what does Kejriwal or this woman have to show off about? I mean, this is absolutely humiliating, and I don't know who would have written the speech for her. I think it would have been Javed, Akhtar for sure, because this sounds something straight out of Bollywood. So Lakshmi says, ma'am, do they really purposefully placed her as CM even after knowing she and her family as Naxal sympathizers? In fact, Lakshmi, she is also not in good books with Mrs. Kejriwal. So they look, whenever they look at each other, they look at as though they're throwing daggers at each other. Now Akshay says, how is Atishi Mariana? Her real name is Singh. Sorry, Mariana is made up from Marxist
Marlena.
Leninist views. She needs to be exposed for what she is. Yes, and I think a lot of people are doing that in social media already, Akshay. So what you said is perfectly correct. These people come with 100 lies, and then they try to compare themselves to Lord Rama and Bharat. I don't know how they dare to even do it. People should protest and say they're speaking bloody nonsense. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
Yeah, so she is going to be a dummy CM controlled by Arvind Kejriwal, just like how Manmohan Singh was controlled by Sonia Gandhi as the prime minister. So this is a very, very similar situation. And tomorrow, friends, we'll be having Raj Gopalanji with us, and he'll be discussing, Modi's recent tour to the United States, his meeting with Biden, and also that the fact that Donald Trump is going to meet, Prime Minister Modi, uh, and so the American election is just few weeks away between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So Modi knows that it is a very, very close election, and either person can win it. But for me, it looks like if the elections are not rigged, then Donald Trump could easily win it because of the number of assassination attempts done at him. So welcome Kishore, welcome Vinny. Yes, you got a new lady, Manmohan Singh.
Yeah. And welcome to our two favorite people, Nina Nandra and Nina M. So welcome always. Yeah.
Yes.
So back to a very shocking news that we wanted to speak about, which is very similar to what happened to Shraddha Walker friends. And this has happened in Bangalore. And this is something that comes, I mean, it doesn't come as a shock because we know what has been happening in, by a certain section of people. And this doesn't come as a surprise at all. So I'm talking about the case where a woman's body was chopped into over 40 pieces and was found stored in a refrigerator in Bangalore, the Bangalore house. Now, the police officers initially suspected that the murder might have been, committed 4 to 5 days ago, but the neighbors said the house was locked for over a fortnight. And this is one of the most chilling murders Bangalore has witnessed in the recent past. The body of a 29-year-old woman was found chopped into over 40 pieces and stuffed inside the refrigerator of her house in the Vayalikavil police limits in Bangalore on Saturday afternoon. The single bedroom house is located on the first floor of a three-storied building on 6th Cross Pipeline Road near Virana Bhavan in Vayalikavil. The victim, Mahalakshmi, hails from Nepal and had married Hemant Das 5 years ago, but had estranged from him early this year. Her 4-year-old daughter was staying with Das. Every fortnight, her husband, who works at a mobile accessory shop in Nelamangala, would come to her house with his daughter to allow Mahalakshmi to spend time with the child. The husband stays with his parents in the city. On Saturday afternoon, Mahalakshmi's sister, who stays in the same building, and mother came to her house as she was not answering her mobile phone. Using a spare room, they opened the locked house only to find the floor sticky and the entire house filled with a foul smell. As blood and other body fluids were seen flowing out of the fridge, which is a single door 165-liter model, the two opened it only to see Mahalakshmi's body parts stuffed inside. Now, her mother screamed in horror and ran out of the house while the police were alerted immediately. The police said Mahalakshmi's phone had been switched off since September 2 as she was not reachable. Her mother and sister were worried and came to the house. And you can just imagine. See, they opened the fridge and they saw maggots crawling on the floor, and the entire floor was sticky with the victim's blood. Legs were cut and placed on top of the fridge, while remaining body parts were placed on the middle shelves. The head was placed at the bottom of the fridge. Unable to bear the stench, the police had to wear double masks to investigate the crime scene. One of the sub inspectors was seen throwing up after going through the house. As news of the murder spread, a large number of people gathered near the house, and the police had a tough time controlling them. Forensic science lab and scene of crime officers teams were summoned to the spot for scientific collection of evidence. All the residents of the building were asked to leave, and the police had a tough time doing their job as the floor had blood and the body parts were mixed and stuff. The police summoned the staff from the Bowring Hospital mortuary who assisted them, and police teams collected fingerprints and other evidence from the crime scene. Mahalakshmi was earlier staying with her brother. Though she and her family hail from Nepal, they've settled down in Nelamangala. Mahalakshmi, who worked at a popular mall, was staying in this house for the last 5 months. She used to go to work around 9:30 and return home around 10:30 p.m. An unidentified man, his name was Ashraf, was seen sometimes picking up and dropping her near the house. He is suspected to be behind the murder. She was not friendly with any of her neighbors except one family that stays opposite her house. She had a dog and sometimes she asked them to take care of it. the police said. The police officers initially suspected that the murder might have been committed 4 to 5 days ago, but the neighbors said that the house was locked for over a fortnight. The police are questioning the neighbors and her colleagues. Three police teams headed by the inspectors have been formed to crack the case. We are checking her call details and footage from CCTVs to find more clues. We suspect that the accused has used a sharp weapon to cut the body into pieces. And how did these people come to know of it? Is when the India Today TV said that she came to know about the incident when her daughter's landlord called her to inform her about a foul smell coming from the house. Her house owner had called at night to inform us about a foul smell coming from the house. My daughter's body was cut and stuffed inside the fridge, is what Mahalakshmi's mother said. And she said that she was married but was living separately from her husband. After learning about the incident, her husband too came to the spot. The police suspect the murder took place 2 3 days back. The remains were sent for postmortem. The incident is a stark reminder of the brutal murder of Shraddha Walker by her partner Aftab Poonawalla on May 18, 2022 at Mehrauli, and till today we do not know what happened to that case. 28-year-old Poonawalla allegedly strangled Walker and sawed her body into 35 pieces, which he kept in a 300-liter fridge for almost 3 weeks at his residence, and then dumped it all across the city. So this is something very, very disturbing, friends. And what the mainstream media is doing is they are covering up the name, but social media has already said that the murder was done by an alleged person called Ashraf. So these are the details that all of us have got. So back to you, Jaydev, with this terrible, horrible story. It doesn't, it makes people sick to the stomach to think that people can do this.
Yeah, because people don't fear the law, and they know that even if they get caught, there's no harsh punishment. Even with all the proofs, what happened to Shraddha Walker's murder
That
has
is two
justice
years
been
back.
served? Yeah,
Yes.
has justice been served? There's no follow up in the media for that case as well. So it is all very, very disappointing and disgusting. So coming to the next piece of news, and Salman Khan was seen in Dubai recently, and he was seen just inspecting the Dubai Mall, and he was seen in Dubai Mall. He was getting ideas for his new hotel project, which he'll be building in Mumbai. So apparently, he's also going to host a session of Big Boss this year. So apparently, what is very, very evident is that he is no longer, very, very interested in acting in more films, and he's looking for other sources of income. So he's now going to create a hotel in
Also,
Mumbai, and then
yeah.
yeah,
Also, I think Jaydev that he's thinking of moving to Dubai because if you see, there are all those hints at him, moving away because of his fear of Bishnoi and his gang. And also, you see that there's something terribly wrong with him because he's put on a lot of weight and he now looks, very bulky. So there seems to be something terribly wrong with him, and you can also see the fear in his eyes even when he moves around the mall. Everything about him shows that see he's trying to look for some kind of refuge, from some fear that is in his mind, and perhaps he sees Dubai as a safe place, like many other Bollywood actors.
yes, it's quite possible that he could shift to Dubai. Yes, yeah. So you could tell us about the Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah. So let's go to that bit. Yeah. After her 2018 Coffee with Karan episode, fans started to assume that things might be well between Karan Johar and Priyanka Chopra. However, her latest appearance on Dax Shepard's podcast, in which she spoke about getting bullied in Bollywood and having beef with some people in the industry, has reignited the controversy. So here, when she says having beef means having problems or fights or internal or external fights. On the podcast, Priyanka said I was being pushed into a corner in the industry in Bollywood. I had people not casting me. I had beef with people. I'm not good at playing the game. So I kind of was tired of the politics. And I said, I need a break. Later, actor Kangana Ranaut tweeted that Priyanka was clearly speaking about Karan Johar. This is what Priyanka Chopra has to say about the Bollywood. People ganged up on her, bullied her, and chased her out of the film industry. A self-made woman was made to leave India. Everyone knows Karan Johar had banned her, she tweeted. Since Kangana's tweet, many have been wondering what really happened between Karan Johar and Priyanka Chopra. Apparently, the feud started back in April 2012. It was also around the time when rumors of Priyanka's affair with Shah Rukh Khan was going on. And Karan, being Shah Rukh's and wife Gauri's best friend, was said to have been trying to push Priyanka out of the scene. Later, one of Priyanka's friends gave an interview to Mumbai Mirror about Karan's treatment of the actor. At a recent party, while Karan, was feeding her cupcakes, she heard rumors of him bitching about her. This is very hurtful. A close associate of the actress told the tabloid. They also believe that a powerful clique of star wives were behind the anti-Priyanka stories. Priyanka has done nothing wrong. If these women are insecure about their relationships with their husbands, they should sort it out with them at home. Why should they attack her? Priyanka's close friend had said told the tabloid. Upset at the story against him, Karan took to Twitter to share some fiery tweets without naming anyone, using their hired PR machinery and hiding behind so-called friends to get news into the tabloids is nothing but spineless and lame, he said. Some people need to wake up and smell the coffee. Get a reality check before it's too late. Grow up and don't mess with the goodness, he further added. So clearly, there seems to be a lot of anger against Karan Johar. And as you know, even in the case of SSR, he was one of the main people instrumental in delaying his movie. You remember he had made a movie with SSR, which was delayed for a long time, and SSR lost a lot of money and his patience as well. So Amit says we should support Priyanka, hoping she exposes some realities of Bollywood, especially Khan Gang and Karan Johar. In our channel, we do not support any of the people in Bollywood. We see them all as plastic figures. They are just playing a game. Each one plays a game with the other. Each one has some sort of a vengeance with the other. So we're just giving you news. That's it. For us, boycott Bollywood stands, and we do not support this industry until it is cleaned, and wiped and swept, and the drug industry and every industry is removed. We are not going to support Bollywood, but we'll tell you what's happening within and the kind of hypocrisy that exists within. Welcome, Priyanka. And Priya, welcome, Priya. And yes, back to you, Jen.
Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news, and it is quite interesting that Vivek Oberoi is in the news again, and with regards to what exactly is Vivek Oberoi in the news. So Vivek Oberoi, he spoke regarding the HEMA report, which has shocked the whole Malayalam industry, as all of you know, with the whole Me Too movement. And Vivek responded to the report by expressing his strong, stance against exploitation. He emphasized that he doesn't wait for official reports and would immediately intervene if he witnessed someone being mistreated. Vivek explained that his moral compass compels him to support those in need, whether it's a child in a labor camp or a girl on a movie set, standing beside them and offering strength. For him, this is a daily effort to be a good human being. I just can't stand still. I would stand beside them, offer my support, and say, "No, fight. I am with you," he added. So I really don't understand with this guy. I mean, we clearly know that in Bollywood, each and every actresses has to compromise, and otherwise they won't get roles in Bollywood. So Vivek Oberoi, he makes all these dumb statements. Why is he not, standing up to these actresses in Bollywood who is exploited? So it's all kind of hypocrisy and double standards, coming from this person, and he has some sort of, business set up in Dubai as well. So he has got a few web series, in which he acted in Amazon Prime. but he did not get any major film role, especially after having a lot of beef with Salman Khan, right? With regards to Aishwarya Rai, and he did not get much roles, and he was kicked out. So this is where it stands. Yes.
Yeah. So meanwhile, in the case of the Tirupati Laddu, people have, they have found out that there has been, beef oil, and there's other, all sorts of pig lard, and so many things that have been put into the laddu. And Amul, for a fact, has very clearly said that they have never supplied any ghee to these people. So, what if they say something like that? It is a big lie. Now, uh, the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister now Chandrababu Naidu has asked for SIT, on this case. He said during the last 5 years, many not sacred things were done in Tirumalai. Many times, even devotees protested against it. The laddu prasad and the food given at Tirumalai are made with pure materials and have specialties. When I was a CM, I was called Ramdev Baba, and we planted. So it would be I had called Ramdev Baba, and we planted many Ayurvedic plants around the temple. He said. Naidu said that a Shanti Homam Panchagavya Prokshana will be held on Monday at the Tirumalai temple from 6 to 10 a.m. on Monday. This Homa will be done at the Bangaru Bavi, which is the Golden Well Yagashala ritual place in Srivari, which is Sri Venkateshwara temple. He also accused Jagan Mohan Reddy of appointing people close to him as Tirupati Devasthanam's board members. The trust board appointment was like gambling. The tickets to the temple were sold as per their wish. Once we went to Tirupati and had to protest and get arrested. They appointed their close people as the board members and even gave prominence to non Hindus. They used TTD for their political gains, CM Naidu said. He blamed Reddy for the supply of adulterated ghee for Tirupati Prasadam. They appointed almost 10 or 12 Muslims as the board members in this case, and I don't know whether Hindus are allowed to become part of church or mosque, you know, membership, or the trustee list. So this is very, very strange, and I'm very glad that he's taking a very strong stand, the chief minister. In fact, Jagan Reddy has now gone to even write a letter to Modi ji about it. I don't know how he dares to do it. Everybody knows that he is a closeted Christian, and he never cared for Sanatana Dharma at all. So this is something that also needs to be checked in Tamil Nadu, whether this practice is happening in the temples there as well. And the the what do you call the core this thing is that temples should not be managed by the governments; it should be managed by Hindu trusts. This is very, very important. Lakshmi says, "Ma'am, all the parties turned a sacred temple into a political pavilion for their selfish gains." Absolutely. Well said, Lakshmi. And with
Yeah, and
that,
one
we end
more,
this session. Yeah.
one more point I would like to add is in India, all the temples prasad, it should be very, very, carefully monitored by the food department. It should be sent to the lab, and licenses should be made for this, because who knows that if other temples, key temples in India, has animal fat in the prasad, right? This
They should
is
have open kitchens, Jaydev. You know, they should have open kitchens with transparent windows so that everybody sees what is being put into it. And they should also have people monitoring every stage of the, prasad.
there should be periodic lab reports as well. Yes, welcome Purnima. So yes, this is all the news for today. And yes, 95% of Bollywood films are flopping because of we know all the reasons why, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. In fact, one small news before we close. It's apparently this is with apparently with Aishwarya Rai. Now, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan enjoys a net worth of over 800 crores, four times more than her husband, Abhishek Bachchan. Now, as you know, this the marriage is also what people are saying is on the rocks. Now it is reported that she's so many times more richer than her husband. So you see how these people, acquire houses and make money and without any films in hand. So it's very surprising. And real estate seems to be a place where, seems to be a point that the government should look at very seriously in the case of money laundering. So with that, we end this session. Good night. Jai Hind. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.